Welcome to this 5-part video series where I'm going to show you how I disrupted the otherwise unpredictable music industry and create a brand new business model for musicians. And we're going to cover these 3 things. 1, how Spotify is a trap and how to fix it. 2, how to create your digital stage. And 3, and this is my favorite part, is how to ethically steal other people's superfans. If you're here and if you're a musician and you're trying to make money with your music, or if you're trying to grow your music business, or you want to start your music business, then this video series is definitely for you. Now, before we jump into this, there are a few housekeeping rules because this is a very special 5-part series. This is not for everyone, okay? So here are a few housekeeping rules. Basically, you have 5 days to do 2 things. 1, watch all 5 videos from beginning to end, which are in here, as you can see, and then do the assignments. The assignments should not take you more than 2 to 3 minutes. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to watch the video, do the assignment, watch the video, do the assignment, and so on and so on. I think you get the gist of it, okay? So if you're watching this on YouTube and you say like, where is all of this? Just go to alisecoa.com/free. And it will take you to my website. You put in your email and I'll send you the secret link to this members area, okay? To my community, basically. It's not a members area, it's a community, right? So basically the assignments need to be posted in here, in the community tab here, in order for me to see if you actually did the assignments, right? If it's like on YouTube and then in the community, and then like the assignments need to be in the community. You can watch the videos on YouTube, that's fine. But if you want to unlock this reward bonus, which is what I'm talking about now, you need to watch the videos and then do the assignments, right? So once you do that, it unlocks this music business secrets reward video where I'm going to show you how to make $4,000 a month recurring reliable revenue with only 500 fans. You'll definitely want to watch that, plus there are other goodies in there, but this is the main one. So if you want to know how to do that, you definitely want to unlock this bonus right here, and you only do that by watching all the videos, all 5 videos to the end, and do the assignment. And the assignments you can only do within this secret community. So you want to go to alisecoa.com/free, okay? If you don't do this within 5 days, then obviously you will not unlock this reward video, and on top of that, you will be removed from this group as well, okay? There are absolutely no exceptions except for one, because there are some people that just want to join the community, just want to hang out with other like-minded musicians that are action takers just like that, like you and I are. And that's fine. For those people, there's one exception, and that is to level up to level 2 within the community. So everyone that joins naturally is level 1, and you want to at least get to level 2 within 5 days. Okay, how do you level up? You earn points when other members like your post or comments. 1 like equals 1 point. This encourages users to produce quality content and interact with other members in their community. So basically just produce good content and be a human, interact with other people. And as you gain points and level up, your level is shown at the bottom right of your avatar. So in my case, I'm at level 5. The number of points required to get to the next level is shown under your avatar on your profile page, which in my case would be 357 points to get to level 6. So, but in order to get to level 2, you only need 5 points to level up to level 2. Okay, so I think that is very doable to do 5 points in 5 days. Okay, so this is how you level up. So if you want to stay in the group, you have to do one of 2 things, or both ideally. Watch all 5 videos from start to finish and then do the assignment to every video, okay? Or you level up to level 2. But the advantage is if you watch the videos and do the assignment, you unlock this bonus, right? If you only level up to level 2, you do not unlock this bonus. You only get this bonus if you watch the videos and do the assignments. I'm just saying it crystal clear because people keep coming and they're like, oh, can you make an exception? No, there are no exceptions. Level 2, if you level up to level 2, it just qualifies you to stay within the group and do so you don't get kicked out, okay? But it does not unlock the reward video. So why am I doing this? Because again, I want to reward action takers. I want to be around action takers. I want to reward action takers. I'm not a fan of lurkers, okay? We all learn from each other. We all gain from each other when we, help each other out and, take action. As Tony Robbins says, take massive action, because only then you get to change your life. If you don't do anything and you're just like passive, then it doesn't do anything for you in your life. So I want to reward action takers like that. So let's go. That being said, I'm going to show you how I disrupted the otherwise unpredictable music industry and created a brand new business model for musicians. And there's a software that will change the entire music industry as we know it. So there's a big promise, but I'm confident I can deliver on that. So do you remember the moment you wanted to do nothing else but music, but you're just like, I eat and breathe and bleed music. Like there's nothing else that I want to do but music. Like this is it. Do you remember that moment? Just, think about it for a second. Usually you're one of two people, or you kind of have two stories that go with that. One is a light switch moment and one is a sunrise moment. So a sunrise moment, in my case, would be something like this. This is my first guitar that I got. I had to beg my parents to get it, and then they finally got one from Target for me. And then once I got it, I obviously couldn't play it yet, so I would force my siblings, this is my sister, you can't see my brother in this one, and I would just force them to join the band with me. So, and then we would put on a CD player and then pretend to play play the song, right? So that was fun. So this was basically the sunrise moment where I knew I loved music. I was drawn to music or to an instrument. In my case, guitar hasn't really changed over the years. So where I knew music is going to be important in my life, right? Where you can't like pinpoint the moment, but you're like, this is what I want to do, right? And then you have a light switch moment where you're like, this is it. Like was the moment where like, this is what I wanted to do. And let me just look at my slides for a moment. So the moment you decide to do music, you probably got some of these reactions. So I'm like, I want to be a songwriter. This is what I want to do, right? And then I got these reactions from people. What's your plan B? What do you really want to do for a real job? And my most favorite one is, there is no money in music. So let's say the reactions were very underwhelming. It's just like, okay, music is a hobby, but what do you really want to do, right? And leave in the comments down below if you've heard any of these, or do you have better ones? Have you heard some similar ones than these? If you have, then leave them in the comments down below. So yeah, I decided, okay, well then I'm not going to do music and I'm going to do what people expect. And so I graduated to please others. It may also benefit for me, but I did it to please others. But what my real light switch moment is because I was pleasing others, I totally neglected music. I stopped writing songs, and I got depressed because of that. And it was really hard. Luckily, I got diagnosed very early, and it wasn't until I listened to this album, Tori Kelly, Unbreakable Smile by Tori Kelly, when this light bulb moment, this light switch moment kind of went off for me, where she's been an artist I've been following for a long time from the YouTube days, and then she got signed to a label. Her manager is Scooter Braun. He manages, as you probably know, like Justin Bieber. Ariana Grande, I think Demi Lovato, but big names. And then she finally got signed, and then the Unbreakable Smile was like her debut album. And of course I had to listen to it, and it just struck a chord and reminded me of how powerful music can be. And I don't have the CD with me right now, but that basically, I call this the album that saved my life, because from that moment I knew I needed to get help. And the other thing was I wanted to do nothing else but music. I realized the power of music again, and that this is what I needed to do. And I started following my dreams again, and I got better. Not only did I get better, but I left to go to Birmingham, to England, and study popular music performance. That's what I wanted to do. I'm like, okay, this is it. This is my light switch moment. I'm gonna go do this music thing, right? And so I thought the best way to do that is go to university, right? So I left for Birmingham, as you can see, just with a suitcase, a guitar, and my backpack, and that was it. So I live in Germany, and so it wasn't too far to go from Germany to England, but still, I didn't know anyone in England, so that was a bit scary, but, you know, doable. So, yeah, I studied popular music performance, and I leveled up my skills, my guitar skills, my songwriting skills. I learned some production, piano, like the keys, music theory. Like we had some business classes as well. So music business, and I was excited because I'm like, okay, now we're finally gonna learn how to make money with our music, right? And I thought, like, this is it. So I'm with all these talented musicians, and I'm getting better as a musician overall, and like I'm learning how to perform and to produce and to collaborate with other artists, and get better at songwriting, guitar, piano, like all of this, right? And so I'm like, okay, I got all the music skills. Now it's time to make money. And so we had the music business class, and basically what I learned is this: be so good they can't ignore you. So we learned everything about the music industry, how the music industry is built, how to, get someone's attention, how to, how it's constructed and everything. Like we learned everything about the music industry. And basically they told us, just be so good they can't ignore you. So if you're just talented enough, then they'll have to like sign you and all that stuff. And that was just basically the biggest BS I've ever heard. That's the worst advice. And this is why. So basically you're playing the lottery with your music career. That is like the worst part. It's like, oh, at some point maybe. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm not gonna put the fate of my entire life and career and music into someone else's hands. Like, no, thank you. I want to control as much as I can in this aspect, right? The next thing was, the contract is in the favor of the label, not you. Why? Because you don't have any leverage yet. The leverage is with the label, because they have the money, right? But you don't have a fan base yet. You don't have something like to show for, where you're like, I have a fan base, or I've already made this much money, or I have this music business that I've already built to a certain point where they can help you enhance that. You don't have any leverage yet, and that's why all the power is with the label, and that's why the contract is in favor with the label and not with you. Okay, then I went back, sorry. Then the money you get is a loan. The music, like the record label is not, oh, from the goodness of my heart, we're just gonna give you 500K. No, that is a loan, and you need to pay back that money, all of it, before you even make a cent from your other royalties and whatever deal you made with the record label, right? Isn't that crazy? So first you need to pay off the 500K that they loaned you in order to make any money off of that music. That's also a lot of musicians don't know that. And then the next thing is you have limited artistic freedom and no rights to your masters. So your masters is basically the MP3 file that everyone wants. Because that's what the radios play, that's what's going to be on the TV show and all that stuff. So everyone is keen on getting the rights to the masters, and they're to 99% of the time not owned by the artist, or they just have like a small percentage or something, so it took Taylor Swift 7 albums to own the rights to her music. Lover was the very first album that she got to own by herself, right? And that is nuts. Like that is crazy. So typically the artist does not own the masters, or just very little of it. So basically the record label is what? Outdated. It became really clear to me that through the internet and through streaming platforms and through social media and through YouTube and podcasts, we don't need a label anymore. The internet has changed everything for us, right? There's just so much that we can do on our own, and we don't need the middleman anymore, right? The internet and then the streaming, like, if you want to be on TV, go on a YouTube channel. If you want to be on the radio, go on a podcast. If you want to, there are just so many ways nowadays to get noticed and get fans, and the record labels can't gatekeep that anymore. Just a few decades ago, yes, they were gatekeeping the radio and TV, and you needed a label back then. But now social media and the internet has just changed everything. Now you don't really need them. So here's a proof.
Particularly now, the label systems are crashing. It's a new regime is forming. It's the Wild West in the music industry.
Yeah.
We're seeing times now where artists are saying, why do I actually need this intermediary thing when I have a direct relationship with my fans? Why am I profit sharing with a company that isn't really it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, there are a ton of others of these videos, right? But I'm just going to show you one more before we move on.
Come to peace with the fact that a song that I wrote, an album that I wrote when I was 21, 100% I wrote myself. I produced it myself. I played the instruments on it. I sang the song of that whole album, right? And I make 25% of it, and Sony makes 75% of it forever. And
awful.
And forever. And there's a certain point that you go, like, that's cool. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, you have to get cool with it, because otherwise it eats you up. It definitely has made me more to be the smallest stakeholder in it is a mad thing. And it's made me very protective of artists, I think, and very skeptical of the music industry. And now, I am got to be honest, I'm much more like, when people want to do, like, the industry want to do like a deal with me, and that I'm just like, we're gonna barter hard, because I've just like, I don't know, I know what the other side is like. Totally. and I think when I talk to young artists now, and I know a lot of young artists and I support a lot of young artists, I just feel so protective that they don't get in situations that I did, where not only will they not, they'll be the smallest stakeholder in something and it'll be hard to make money out of it, but they also creatively will have people that aren't supporting them. And my advice to young artists is not to sign to big labels.
You can figure it out on your own.
Put it out on your own, because you don't need them.
Okay, you don't need to sign, figure it out on your own, but you don't even have to figure it out on your own. I'm here to help you exactly because of this, because labels are taking advantage of artists, right? And I don't want that. Tom Odell doesn't want that. Nobody wants that for anyone, right? So I learned two important insights by going to university and learning Be So Good They Can't Ignore You and everything you possibly could know about the music industry. There are more cons than pros for a small label, for a small artist to join a record label. And the other one is that talent alone isn't good enough. Unfortunately, I was in this bubble where I'm like, oh, if I'm just talented enough, then some scout will spot me, or I'll, somehow that's all I need. And unfortunately, this is not the case. This is just the mere starting point in the music business. That's what I realized. That was the hard truth. So I know, because I know so many talented musicians that aren't signed. Like, as I was studying at university, there were so many talented musicians around me and they were just not signed. It's like, even, when I scroll through Instagram or listen to Spotify music, and these are small artists, but they're not signed. And I'm like, this song is amazing, should be on the radio. Like, it just maddens me. So yeah, talent unfortunately isn't good enough. And you're probably one of those artists that is like, I have great music. It's like, it should be on the radio, but for some reason I'm not getting signed, yada, yada, yada. You do not want to be signed. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But you're probably one of these artists if you're watching this. So if talent isn't the answer, then what will make you money? Like, I'm like, then what is it? Like, it has to be something. So I was obsessed with knowing the answer to this question. It's like, well, then what makes us money? If it's not talent, then what is it? Like, I need to figure this out. And so the next logical thing that I found was independent artists. But then I noticed that they were highly reliant on Spotify playlists and Spotify streams. And it was basically the same problem, just that they felt more in control because they were doing everything. But Spotify was basically enslaving them and pretending like they're here for indie artists. Basically, you just have the same problem in green, right? If you don't believe me, here's Snoop Dogg who's talking about this, and I hope this video is gonna work.
Women gotta get their shit together, cause I don't understand how the fuck you get paid off of that shit. I mean, could somebody explain to me how you can get 1 billion streams and not get $1 million? That shit don't make sense to me. Like, I don't know who the fuck running the streaming industry, if you in here or not. But nigga, you need to give us some information on how the fuck to track this money down. Cause 1 + 1 ain't adding up to 2. And I have to say it, because that's the main gripe with a lot of us artists, is that we do major numbers with streams and this shit, but it don't add up to the money. Like, where the fuck is the money? When I first came out, my records would sell based off of physical. If you sold 1 million copies, that means if $9.99, $9 million, you get this percentage, that's what it is. So if I sell how many streams, how much money do I get? It's not being translated, and it's not working for the artist right now. And I just want to speak to that in the music industry. Like, that's fucked up. And we need to find a way to figure that out. The same way the writers are figuring out. The writers are striking because streaming, they can't get paid. Because when it's on the platform, it's not like in the box office. In the box office, if it does all these numbers, you may get an up. Oh, it did this many, here's another check. But on streaming, you got 300,000 hours that somebody watched your movie. Where's the money? And I know I'm going off a script right now, but fuck it. This is business. You know what I'm saying? This is a room full of business people, and somebody may hear this and be able to do something about it, so that way the next artist don't have to struggle or cry or try to figure out how to get to his money. Because some of these artists are streaming millions and millions and millions and millions of fucking streams, and they don't got no millions of dollars in their pocket. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, so basically Snoop Dogg is saying the math ain't mathin'. So you don't have to sit in your corner and cry, as Snoop Dogg says, because I figured this out for you, how to do this, okay? Please don't sit in the corner and cry. But as you can see, like, Spotify does not make sense, okay? The math ain't math, and you can make billions of streams and not have millions in your pocket, right? It doesn't work like that anymore. And so my dad used to say numbers don't lie. So I did the math for Spotify. I'm like, okay, well, everyone's chasing this playlist and trying to get on playlists and trying to, get these streams. but why are they still broke? Like, why are they not making money, right? And this is why. So I want you to guess, like, either in the comments down below, or, you know, just guess in your head how much. So obviously it runs through a distributor like CD Baby or DistroKid, and then, you know, over Spotify. So how much do you guess these platforms pay you? Okay, put it down in the chat, or just have a number in your head. Between 0.003 and 0.005 streams, $1 per stream. So if we take the average, it's about $0.004 per stream that you're getting, which is ridiculous. It's basically a fraction of a penny, as Christine Morel would say. A fraction of the penny. Like, you need 400 streams to make one freaking dollar. 400. Like, like someone would have to listen to your song 400 times for you to make $1. Like, that's crazy. You make $1 for 400 streams, and you're basically a very underpaid affiliate. That's what it is. That's what you're doing. And if you don't know what an affiliate is, I'm just going to explain it to you really quick, because everyone knows Amazon, right? And so let's say this sweater it's not from Amazon, but let's pretend. Let's say you want this sweater. So I make an account, an Amazon account. There's an own affiliate thing. So you make an affiliate account with Amazon, and then you pick any product. So it can be a sweater, it can be this TV, or whatever, a phone, whatever it is. So basically, hey, if you want to get this sweater, then click on the link. It'll get you the direct link to this sweater, and then you can buy it. So basically, you're promoting it to your friends, to your family, on social media, whatnot, to your fans. And then when they go click on your link and go buy this sweater, then obviously Amazon is going to charge them for that. And then you get either a percentage of that price point. So let's say it's $20 and you get 3%, right? Then you will get that, or you get a fixed amount. So Amazon's like, yeah, for this item, when you sell it, you get $10, for example, right? So Amazon is already known to be a bad affiliate for not paying out very much. So they pay between 3 and 5%. That's very low. So if you're like a software company or something, they pay a high percentage. They pay you between 30 and 40. Some will even go 50-50. And some are really, really, really generous, and they give you 100% of that commissions. But between 30 and 40 is normal for an affiliate, and Amazon is just paying between 3 and 5%, right? So they're already seen as very low paying affiliates. So basically, you just get, when you sell someone else's products, you get a cut of that sale. That's basically what an affiliate marketer is. So in our case, so when I say Spotify is a very bad affiliate platform, what you are doing really is actually you're sending your hard-earned fans and listeners to Spotify, and then Spotify says, oh, thank you, here's $0.004 per stream. Because when you say, hey, pre-order my album or go listen to my album, where are you sending them? You're sending them to Spotify. So Spotify say, thank you for sending us customers, right? And then they only pay you a fraction of a penny. So basically, you are just a very, very badly paid affiliate, because it's not your platform. It's not like they're buying your album or any of that. So you're just sending your fans to Spotify, and then they pay you very, very poorly for that, right? So basically, you're an affiliate. You don't have anything you own, right? Just so you know that, because a lot of musicians don't understand that. So basically, you're an affiliate. You're not a musician, you're an affiliate in this case. So here's an example. Let's take some numbers and let's look at this, because I don't think you understand how badly paid you are as a musician when you keep sending your hard-earned fans to Spotify. So here's an example. Let's say you have a music video on your YouTube channel. If you're a musician, you should definitely have a YouTube channel. Let's say your music video got 50,000 views. That's a very good amount, you know? And then we have a 3% conversion rate. So what does a conversion rate mean? A conversion rate just means that people that have never heard of you, never seen you, have but have seen your video or on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatnot, and they're like, hey, I want to check out what you're doing. I want to learn more about you and your music. And so then they go and you go on your website, go to Spotify, go to watch more of your content on YouTube or whatnot. Like they just come into your world, and that's called a conversion, right? And so that's called a conversion rate. So 3% is it's okay. So 1% is not so good. So between 1 and 3% is a conversion rate and normal, but you can also go up. Like I've seen people have 5, 10, 15 plus percent a conversion rate. So 3 is being a very humble number right now. So let's say from 50,000 people seeing your video, 3% convert, and that gives you 1,500 people that say, hey, I want to learn more about you and your music. So of course, not everybody that sees your music video once is gonna immediately go and check you out. That would be nice, but again, that's why we have this 3% conversion rate. So 1,500 people want to check you out. They're like, cool music video, this is what I like, where should I go? And what do? You send them to your Spotify link. This is what everyone does. Okay, so you send 1,500 people that you hard earned, and you send them to Spotify, and Spotify is paying you what? 0.004% dollar per stream. So that gives you what? A whopping $6. Congratulations. You just send 1,500 people to Spotify. Spotify says thank you. 1,500 people. Think of that. Imagine 1,500 people in a room. Like, people don't understand, like, these aren't numbers. These are people. These are like, put 1,500 people in a room. They want to learn more. Like, that's a good amount. That's a good amount of, like, if you go to a concert and it's 1,500 people, that would be a good amount, right? And you send them to Spotify, and Spotify is like, thank you, here's $6. That's like not even a Big Mac menu. Like, what are you gonna do with $6? You can't even feed your cat or dog with that. Like, $6, 1,500 people. All right. So I'm going to show you in the next video how to 400x this number, okay? I'm not exaggerating. 400x is actually the low point, on the low end. So you're going to make way more, but I'm going to show you how you can 400x this number in the next video. So you want to watch the next video. So Spotify is paying you $6. So no wonder we're freaking broke. Like, this obviously does not work. And I saw this on Instagram a while ago, and I just thought it was so true. So musician, someone who loads $500,000 worth of gear into a $500 car to drive 100 miles to a $50 gig. And it's sad but true. Yeah. So don't get me wrong, I don't want to, bash Spotify. I use Spotify on a daily basis. Like, that's totally fine. Like, Spotify has its place, but this is what I tell every musician is you need to get your expectations right. Spotify is great for exposure. It's great. And it's kind of like unfortunately, we kind of needed to be like a legitimate artist, right? People always ask for a Spotify, like, where can I find you on Spotify? Like, if you don't have it, then you're like, are you even a real artist, bro? Like, unfortunately, it's kind of like our legitimate test. So Spotify is great for exposure, yes. but it's not there to get you paid. It's not there to make you money. So you need to get your expectations right, okay? This is what I say. I'm not here to bash Spotify or the streaming platforms. I just want you to understand the difference and how your expectations need to be when you're going into this. So exposure, yes, great. Make money? No, absolutely not. You will regret it. You will stay a broke artist forever, no matter how many streams you get. Okay? Okay, cool. So just want to say that because I'm like, Alise is just bashing everyone. No, Spotify is great. I use it all the time, but don't use it as a business model. Okay. So here's a short video. This is an artist called Cara that I've been following for a while on Instagram, and I've been watching her YouTube videos. I'm just going to show you like the first few minutes because this is just the reality of how bad Spotify actually is.
$100,000 to create my album, and Spotify deleted it. And this video ended up going pretty viral, accumulating over 250,000 views in the first few days, plus thousands of comments and numerous reaction videos from fellow music channels.
Cara had this to say about what she's going to be doing related to Spotify moving forward.
All right, so the artist Cara, she has released the album. She did a video on YouTube or whatnot. She's talking about Spotify deleting the album. She spent like $100,000 on it or whatever. So,
hello nerds, welcome back to an episode of Weaver Reacts. Today we'll be reacting to Cara investing $100,000 to create an album and Spotify deleted it. Honestly, it's not that shocking.
Shout out Cara. I saw the video. I was gonna give it a day or two before I reacted to it, gave my thoughts.
So I was stumbling across YouTube and I saw this video saying I invested $100,000 to create my album and Spotify deleted it. Now, as someone that worked in the music industry, I'm very curious to see what she says.
Thank you all so much for the love and support, even if you think I'm a little crazy for spending all that money to create an album. In this video, I want to follow up and respond to the top comments, suggestions, and criticisms that my video received, and provide more info and insight into this insane situation. Before addressing any individual comment, the most shocking takeaway from the comment section as a whole is how many independent artists are in the same exact situation. Hundreds of people shared depressing stories of songs, albums, entire discographies being entirely wiped out of existence for so-called fake streams. When you're all alone, it's easy to wonder if some bad person attacked you personally. But the more and more people I see stuck in this situation, the more you gotta wonder if it's a systemic attack on a group of artists, not just individuals attacking the work of other individuals. But now let's get into the comments and start with the top comment. The music industry is absolutely broken. And apparently over 2,000 people agree, including me. It seems like the music industry's pretty much been broken since the internet piracy era of the early 2000s. It's only changed flavors, lost value, and gotten worse since. I'm 33, and people my age or older remember buying albums and CDs from our favorite artists. However, people younger than me grew up with infinite, unlimited access to music through the internet. Basically, you pay for your cell phone bill, and all entertainment thereafter is free. And technically, this is true, as long as you're willing to sit through ads. Since entertainment is already everywhere, for many consumers, paying for music is equal to paying for air. It's intrinsically valuable and necessary, but it's already everywhere at all times. So why pay for it? The next popular topic was going back to physical media. While countries like Japan are still selling CDs in 2025, Western countries...
All right, so in this video, you can also see how she realized that the music industry was definitely a dead end and that Spotify does not care about other artists. They just delete their songs just because they think it's, with chat bots and all that stuff. So Spotify is definitely a dead end when it comes to this. So strike one was with the record label, right? And then strike two was with Spotify, right? And gosh, so I just continued my search. I graduated. I'm like, there has to be a better way to go about this. Like, these can't be our only two options. Like, either get signed or get abused by Spotify. Like, they're just taking our music and they're just making money off of it and giving us pennies for that, right? And so I continued the search, and I continued, and it was like I was looking everywhere, and I just didn't seem to find the answer. And just as I was willing to give up, I found this artist, and his name is Chris Greenwood. He has a band called Manifest, and he had the exact same story. He's like, hey, I was signed to a label, I just got screwed over. They basically made me do all the work anyway, and then just kept the rights to my music. So he basically, after a long process, he got the rights back to his music. He obviously then went independent and has been on tour with his band Manifest since then. And he's a Christian rapper, which I thought was really cool, and claimed to make 6 figures a year. And I'm like, finally someone who's figured this out. Like, he got screwed over by the record label, so he went independent, and now is doing this full time. And I'm like, interesting. So then I found another artist, Leah McHenry. She was a mom of 5 at the time. She was not touring at all because she had 5 kids. Tried to tour with 5 kids, nearly impossible. So she only made, money from her music sales. And before you say, oh, she's probably in like country or like some pop big genre, she's in heavy metal Celtic genre. I didn't even know that this existed, but this is a thing, and she claimed to also make 6 figures a year from this genre without touring, just with her music sales and like probably merch and stuff like that, but just from her music that she was doing. And I'm like, what is happening? And all of a sudden I found all these other artists like Christine Morel, Nick Ruffalo from aka Ruff, Chris Bradley, Gabe Schilling from Legion Beats, then Kyla Love, then Adam Ivy, and much more. There's so I just don't have enough space and time to go through all of them. But all of a sudden I found all these artists, and I'm like, I learned 2 important insights. One, that it was possible to make a good 6-figure income with music. Because before then I was like, we're just screwed, right? And I'm like, oh, finally it's possible. Like, this is crazy. Like, this can't be a coincidence. If you have like 1 or maybe 2, then you're like, but if you have that many artists where you're like, and everyone kind of has a similar story and making the same income claims, I'm like, this is possible, people. Like, that this could be me. Like, this is great. And so the second thing, which was the more question, was, what do they have in common that they claim to make 6 figures a year? Like, what is it? Like, I need to know what the common thread is between those artists, that they're not signed to a label. They do not use Spotify unless it's like something in the back end, but they don't naturally send people there. How do they do that? How do they make money? Like, I need to know what it is. What is it that is making these artists money? And let me see how I'm doing in time. So I'm like, what's the thing that is connecting all of these artists here? Like, what do they have in common to make money with their music? Like, I need to know what it is. And are you ready to finally figure out what it is? I figured it out after years. Like, this was after spending 100,000 pounds of like money in university, and after I bought the online courses, I listened to their podcast, I spent so much time and energy and money into this, and finally figured it out. And it is a fan funnel. Drum roll. Okay. They all had a fan funnel. And then so the next logical thing was like, what in the world is a fan funnel? And that is what I'm covering in the next video, because this is already a long enough video. So in the next video, I'm going to show you what a fan funnel is and how it will 400x, because I promised you, remember those $6, we're going to 400x that with a fan funnel. a big claim, but I'm going to prove it to you in the next video. So you definitely want to watch that one to figure out what a fan funnel is and how will 400x your income compared to Spotify. So here's your assignment. Number 1 is already done. Watch the video beginning to end. So congratulations, you already done the first part. Now the second part is introduce yourself in the pinned post down below and let us know what your favorite music collaborator would be. Like if you could just dream a person, be like, oh, I would love if I could just collaborate with any artist, this is who it would be. And then share a picture of your workspace, your music studio or songwriting space. Right now, I'm still moving around. If you could, I don't know if I should show the rest of the office, but I just got this one angle. But yeah, I'm just still moving stuff. So I posted that picture in the community. So take a picture of your workspace, of your songwriting space, your studio, your music studio, or whatever it is, and post it in the group and tell us what your number 1 favorite collaborator would be if you could just dream one up. So this should not take longer than 2 minutes, okay? Go into the community tab, go into assignments, upload the video, tell us who your favorite collaborator is, and you're already one step closer to unlock this Music Business Secrets reward video. Once you do that, then you go to the next video, which is where I'll show you what a fan funnel is and how it will make you 400x more income than Spotify by building your digital stage. So you will want to unlock this reward video and know how to build your fan funnel, right? So I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Mahalo.